Let's just do this. And one, two, three, four. Boom, boom, boom. Hello, four, four, number four. Hello, number four. Where are you? Oh, I know where you are. You're over here. I need to detach you. There you are. Close that up. All right. Number two, number four. Bam, bam. All right. Here we go. Position size is 1111. All right, we're in one lots everywhere. We're in the right accounts. We're in the right accounts. Yes, we are. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, great. We're good. All right, now let's see. Only dealing with oil at this moment anyway. Ooh, UB at the top. Oh, interesting. I like to see that. Okay, so I'm already thinking long. Um, just right out of the gate, we're open strong. We're up. Most of the volumes in the upper end, and we got UB at the top. So for me, that is about as textbook perfect sweet as I could ask for. Now the tricky thing I notice over and over again with oil, especially with oil, it's not exclusive to oil, but especially with oil, is that it likes to do this thing where, a couple minutes before I see a great setup, I know which way I'm leaning and so on and so forth, and then it starts to move ahead of time. Sometimes quite aggressively, and I get all FOMO-y and I get all chasey, and I want to, I need to jump in and catch it. Oh my God, I'm going to miss it. And sometimes it does in fact just blow through, and I kick myself, and I should have gotten in early, blah, blah, blah. Other times it pushes up aggressively. It gets up to, here somewhere, and then it opens a period, actually opens, and then we pull back hard. Sometimes we go the other direction completely. So I have just, my monkey hates it, but I have just forced myself to, I will not enter early. I'm going to sit here and wait for this freaking stupid clock down here to say 9 o'clock. And then I will take a view and see what's going on. Because I've just gotten burned too many times. I mean, I look at this and like every part of me is like, oh my God, look at all this negative delta down here we could lean on. Huge, buyers down here, totally get long right here. Oh my God, I want to get long. I want to get long. And then I can just get run over completely when we open, and it's just nasty. So not gonna do it. Simple as that.
Did you open early?
A few minutes just to make sure that it was open before I did my pre-flight.
Cool.
All right. There we go. All right, we're open. Yeah, see, and we push down. That's exactly what I was talking about. However, we're holding really nicely. Somewhat nicely. I'd like to see if we turn around and go positive, then I think that top is in play. I'm going to go ahead and stop in. There it is. Okay. And follow through. Let's go. Okay, good. I'm going to protect this, and I'm going to protect
Reminder
this.
From the
price levels.
Price levels.
71. Okay. And I got out for a tick. All right. So 71.48, I was long, but now we've swept down again. So we didn't continue up. Maybe this is a short after all. It's kind of looking like it might want to be. I do like leaning on the min delta. If we push lower, I'm going to go ahead and get short with it at 71.37. And so far, we've not pushed through. We do have that UB right there, and we're right below min delta. There it goes. All right. And we are pushing down. I'm going to, come on. Go ahead and protect. And what am I doing here? Move stop to whatever. All right, there we go. All right, we're pushing down. We got UB. I want some continuation. Let's go. All right, we're going. Still got UB down there. We're going. We're moving nicely. Okay, I'm probably going to get taken out there. All right, I'm out on that one. And my testing account here, I am still short, holding below mean delta. And it's not really going any lower. I'm going to tighten a little more, a couple more ticks. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, there it goes. Okay. Keep trailing. And I'm out. All right, cool. So obviously we haven't broken either end of the overnight range yet, but we have pushed back down. Yeah, we're not in the middle yet. Actually, what am I saying? We're still in the upper quadrant. But it's at the moment, it's not looking like it's a long, so I can't really argue that the top is in play, even though that's where the UB is, but it could be in play, B period, something like that. Right now, I mean, UB at the low, still pushing down, min delta, if we can, all right, do we hold here? Do we hold? No, min and delta moved. Oh, now we're contested way up here, 71.46-ish. So, okay, well, oops. I mean, we got a lot of room to travel down below if it pushes lower, if it wants to do that. We've got an old, what is this? Is that a poor low? It doesn't really seem like it. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know exactly what that's showing me. Anyway, I think if we push through here lower and resolve that UB, I think there's a good chance that we continue down and maybe fill out some of this portion of the overnight profile or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop in short at 71.20 if we can head lower. And I got my finger on my flat key. Let's see. I just saw chat. Yes, I am in December contract. Thank you for the reminder. In fact, it has not rolled yet.
Are you talking about oil? Okay. Oil rolled.
Oh, it did? Then I must not be, because my platform is set to auto roll.
Current platform or the current contract is January.
Oh no, sorry, I'm in January. No, never mind. Sorry, not to say. Yeah, of course. I've been in January for a while. What am I saying?
It's like contract 2 weeks ago. Right.
Yeah. I was thinking ES as well. I'm a total brain fart.
What would you do without me this morning?
Oh God, I'd be lost. All right, so I got a tick on that. I'm going to try to get in again here. Again, UB. Still am feeling the short. That one didn't blast through. It did push a little lower and left UB again. So all right, and here comes a push. I'm short 71.16 price rejector, but it's not really rejectoring. It's sort of trying to, sweep down. UB, continue, please. Let's go. Come on. There we go. All right. And the pushes are down, but they're not aggressive the way I would really prefer to see them, for sure. Especially, I know what oil's sweep to the upside. All right, hang on. I'm watching the pullback bar. Okay, and it pushed back. I may just get the hell out of the way here. Pullback bar is building some volume. There's some sellers, and they pushed it back down again. Okay. And right back down. All right, so let's see. I want that push to continue. Here it comes, I think. Come on. No, not yet. I'm prepared to get the hell out of the way if the pullback bar starts to break down. And nope. Come on, sellers. Step on the gas. Let's go. Min delta right now is our battleground. 71. What is that? 18. Yeah. And okay, we're pushing lower. I am short 71.16, and there we go. There's the push down. There's some UB. Let's push through it. Come on. All right, we pushed through it, and more. Get a little further. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and protect. There's the kind of thing I was looking for. All right, thank you. Now let's see if we can't get a bigger push to the downside. I will protect a couple ticks ahead of the zero print. See if the zero print fills in. Looks like it might. And come on. Well, likes to do this in spurts. There it goes. Second spurt. And it filled the zero prints. Whoops. Nice. All right, there we go. And I'm out. All right, sweet. So that's $210 in my funded and $250 in my super secret testing copy account. which of course means it's actually multiplied. So there we go. And let me just check the behavior. Oh my God, everything worked. Okay. So a little bit of slippage. This is the kind of thing that I expect out of the copier, and I'm working on trying to improve its ability to handle, to react more quickly. But there's only so much I can do. So a little bit of slippage is to be expected, but that's actually not terrible, all things considered. Most of the trades are actually pretty bang on. Cool. All right. Nice to see that work. All right. So, does not look like the short is done yet. We are getting close.
Quick comment. I just wanted to throw at you. There's not only a flip in the indexes, but what you're shorting right now is a flip in oil also. Just FYI.
There you go. So yeah, but we are almost to the overnight mid, and wow, that was an aggressive push up. Okay, so the question becomes zero print. Is this a potential zero print front run to get short if it can push up here? For continuation down, or is this a reversal? Because that's a nice sharp move to the upside. Pullback bar doesn't look done yet. Okay, one tick ahead of the zero print. Do we fill it in? No, it didn't. Interesting. Zero prints at 71.10, of course, and fill it in. Here it goes. Yep, there it is. All right. Ooh, and filled it in with a little aggression. Really blasted through it. All right, now what? Do we come lower, or are we going to hit higher? All right, we're up back at min delta again, or close to it anyway. Got some sellers there from earlier, aggressors. Who's gonna win? Well, quite frankly, this is my first setup of the day. It has gone really well for me. We're now, for me anyway, we're getting kind of into a danger zone where I've had several good scalps along the way on a bigger move. The bigger move, there's an argument to be made that it's not done yet, but it has pushed nicely. It's gotten to the mid of the overnight, sort of a, maybe potential IP. It's a value area, boundary, whatever, blah, blah. This is the moment where I can get really drawn into monkey activity and chasing and continuing and pushing, when I really don't need to do it all in the first trade of the day, first setup of the day. So with that in mind, I'm going to do the right thing instead of the fun thing and step away. So that is what I am going to do. Oh, yes, indeed. Exactly. And Amy was just saying the same in the chat. I just looked over and checked the chat. And yes, 100% good time to just step away, take a break, take a breather, maybe give it to a B period now, because this is a decent A period for me, especially once I've got the copier dialed in and I'm confident enough to actually run it in my evaluations, which I need to do quickly because the clock is ticking on those things. I only have a month with them cheap, and I do not, and I will not pay the full price to re-up them. So got to get my last little quirks of my copier worked out, and then I can start putting it through its paces for real. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go take a break, go warm up my now lukewarm tea. Very lukewarm. And I shall be back. So there we have it. Hello again.
Boy, we thought you
Alfredo,
fell in.
No, just getting up, taking a break, feeding the cats, making a drink.
I mean, you haven't.
And no, Alfredo, I was not speaking. You probably figured that out. All right. And nothing happened. Wow. So that's why I don't like getting drawn into what might tell me, oh, we're going to keep going. We're not done. We're not done. Because we were done, at least for now.
Speaking of cats, have you seen that video of the Bengal that climbs up the cabinets, opens the cabinet, gets out the potato chips it likes, and then climbs down the counter and goes away with it?
I have not seen that one, but that sounds about right.
It's hysterical. I mean, it literally selects the variety, the brand that it likes of the different
Ooh,
they had thumbs,
wow.
they'd be really dangerous.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, we have the doorknobs on all our bedroom doors that are just the horizontal bars,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
I'm
they
just
just push them down.
waiting.
Right?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the day when they realize, hey, wait a second, because they can
Mm-hmm.
totally reach them, no problem. Hasn't happened
Yeah,
yet, but once it does, we're screwed.
Trader Cat can open those doors and does all
Yep,
the time. Yeah.
yep. All
She
they gotta do is
also,
realize it. It's
oh
easy to
yeah, once
do,
they
but
understand that's how the door works. Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Okay, so at the moment, if we were to just sort of do nothing from here, oil for a possible B period trade, this is the range. Here's our A period, and it's fairly nicely balanced. We got most of the volume in the middle. It's a fairly nice bell curve. It's a little extra lumpy down at the bottom, but it's pretty decent.
Are you going to watch the
So
ES Open?
I am going to watch the ES Open. Yes, indeed. That was my next step, is to go over and take a look at this.
Yeah, I got about 3 minutes. I'm going to go on
Yep.
mute because I'm trading it, but I will listen
Cool.
in. Please
Trade
keep us
away.
apprised of prices.
All right, we'll do. So we had quite the range overnight. We pushed up nicely. I how I gauge the size of the range is, can I still read anything if I get the whole thing on my dome? And the answer is no. So that's a good sized range. There's my qualitative objective determination. Price projectors on both ends though. So but we're certainly a whole heck of a lot closer to the top. How is the top? God, I really have to zoom in. Top is decent.
Hey, quick question for you, JVC.
Yeah.
So somebody asked me this. I wanted to just get it while we had you. I know you're trading on a fairly high-powered laptop and an external monitor. One, is that correct?
No, that is not correct at all. I'm on desktop.
You're on a desktop. Okay. How many monitors are on
it? Two.
Two. Okay. And what size are they? That was the real question I was going
Gotcha. This one here, the main display you're all looking at, is a 35-inch curved ultra wide UHD, whatever the heck.
UHD plus,
yeah. And the other monitor is a portrait. What is this? It's a ViewSonic. It's a 21 or a 23, something like that. It's one of those narrow aspect ratio ones, so it's very portrait, and I have it turned on its side, and it's off to my right. So that's where I've got all my management controls and audio stuff for all the audio mixing that I do, and the pit and chat, and all the admin stuff goes over there.
Cool. All right, thank you. I will go back to being quiet.
Cool, no problem. All right, so a minute to go here, and this is the trickiest setup opportunity of the day for me, because 4 domes, 2 accounts, 2 instruments, B period over here on the left, A period over here on the right. This is the thing that I have pushed myself the hardest to be even remotely able to do. And most days it works out all right, because they usually don't overlap. It's totally simultaneous, but every once in a while they do, and oh boy, does that get hairy. Let's just see what we get here. The deltas are way up here, and they're the wrong way around on ES. We've got contested deltas on oil. Oh, and now they just moved apart. Interesting. Deltas are the right way around in oil, but we're dead center. So whatever. I'm going to kind of not worry about that right now, since we're opening in the middle. ES. Is the overnight high in play? That's what I'm aiming for. That's my setup. This is the A to overnight. So, all right, here we go. We're opening. Boom. And we are up initially, but I can't just jump in. If we were to get up here, I will go ahead and place orders, stop orders up there. If we can get through all this delta, then I'd say no question that is in play, at least for a chunk of it. But I will move this if ES still looks like it could be a long, but gives me a better chance to get long from down below. Right now, it's fighting around the deltas. Min delta is holding. It's trying to rotate negative. Oh, you know what? I don't have my correlations up. Let's see here. Correlations. What's everybody else doing? Yoink. And the answer is not a whole heck of a lot yet. Yes. Trying to rotate down. Oil is trying to head up. Where would I want to play in oil? Let's see, min delta. It's overnight min delta. It's the top of the pullback bar. UB at the pullback bar. Okay, I'm about to get stopped in. Oh no, that's my stop. Never mind, it's not my entry. Oh, and I'm in the wrong bracket over here. Hello. That's what I want to be in. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted. So oil, yeah, oil's looking like if I were to play, where would I want to? Oil's tricky. It's not super clear where I'd want to get in. But it's looking like, yeah, you know what? I will stop in right up here if it pushes past the pullback bar. Actually, a tick above that at 71.46. If oil pushes up there, I'm going to get long for the break. ES. All right. We've got UB at the top of ES right now. I am liking this for a long here. I'm going to get long at 50. And okay. And I'm long slightly. Okay. There we go. All right. I'm going to protect and protect. Okay. Looking for the put. There it goes. All right. Beautiful. Very nice. ES is moving. Boom. I'm out of my funded and my copy accounts are still cruising. And I'm in an oil too. Hello. All right. I should probably protect that. All right. Beautiful. All right. Great. And we're trucking in oil. We're trucking in ES. We're just trucking all over the place. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, yes. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. Beautiful. I'm out in oil in my test account and the funded. I'm out in the funded already in ES. I'm still in my copy account. It's still trucking. I'm just going to keep on trailing this puppy and see if we can get the overnight high. And nope, probably not. But that's fine. Yes, beautiful. All right, done, rather. Well, that was fun. So on the face of it, I got another whatever I got, if $80-ish, I think, in my funded and oil. Another, I don't actually remember what I was at before, but anyway, here's my result. I didn't have my copy account set up for oil. I forgot. I was testing it last night in ES, and I totally forgot to go turn it on for oil. So no copies in oil. That's okay. It's just a sim anyway for testing, but it means I didn't get any useful test data out of it, which is the annoying part. That's irritating to me, but that's okay. I got more time to test. I'll go turn it on before the next period. So I am going to shut that down now. My trade is over. My setup is done for this period. So that is that. And again, I'm going to do the right thing as opposed to the fun thing, which is to not play anymore. My setup is over. So I am going to call it done for this period. But that went really nicely. I'm pleased with that. So I got my copies. Oh, that's right. I got my copies in ES. That's right. It's just not CL. So, or wait, did I? Hang on. No, these are from the previous. Okay, wait a second. I'm now. Oh, are those my testing? Hang on. This might be from my testing today. Is that why those are there? No. Okay, now I'm confused. I did have my copies running this morning. Why didn't? Oh, sorry. Other way around. They're enabled. No, they are enabled twice. Did I only take one trade in my? Oh, I did only take one trade in my copy account. That's right. And it just ran and ran and ran and ran. Never mind. That's why I'm confused. I'm so used to taking multiple bites. I forgot that one in that account was just a single bite. So my copy did work. Never mind. Yeah, it worked beautifully. I had one tick of slippage on one of the copies. A single tick. Beautiful. Oh, that's great. Oh, I am much, much happier now. I got useful data. This is excellent. Wow. And then my CL, but I don't have my other CL. Oh, no, it's down. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I knew something was off. That's where we went wrong. CL didn't copy. But it did earlier. How is that possible? Okay, that's weird. I'm going to have to investigate that because the copier worked this morning in the A period trade, but then my B period trade fired off in the master and no copies caught it. Very strange. All right, well, whatever. I'm happy with that regardless, because I did get some useful data and it did work nicely in ES. Oh, wait a minute. That's okay. I think I know. Yeah. I'm going to have to go dig into my spreadsheets. I think I know exactly where it went wrong. I've got a mismatch right now between what is happening in my ES versus CL spreadsheets. And I didn't copy the changes that I made this morning over to CL. And I suspect that's why it missed those trades. Anyway, whatever. That's neither here nor there. Doesn't matter to any of you. Just talking to myself. So that was fun. This was a good morning. I much prefer seeing green, 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 and green. Green is good, so they say. And my tea, again, has gone lukewarm, because that's what it does. I need a microwave, like, on my desk. Actually, no, I need to do what CK suggested and get one of those little USB cup warmer things. Yeah, exactly, Andrew. I need to do that. I keep saying I should look at that. You know what? Screw it. This is, well, you know what? Hey, let's see. Let's go shopping together. Here's what we'll do on today's session. Today on Shopping with JVC, we visit Amazon for USB heat warmers. Or heat warmers? What the hell is a heat warmer? USB cup warmers. Good grief. What are you doing? What? Oh, because I'm not signed in on this machine. Really? You're not even going to let me search Amazon? What? Or is it because, oh, wait, it's because I have an add-on installed that forces it to go to Smile, which is normally good. But if you're not logged in, you can't even use Amazon. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that. All right, fine. Can I just turn you off? Where are you? There you are. Smile always. If I go, I have to go to manage extensions. On. There we go. Off. Now, should be able to do this. Close enough. Obligatory picture of dog. USB cup warmer. Let's just see what we got. Oh, look at that. Lots of options. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Okay, this is a thing. This is like really a thing. CK, glad to see I fixed the 4-lot size issue. 4-lot size issue. I'm not sure what issue you're referring to. Do you just mean that time? I remember there was one session where I was accidentally set to 4-lot and I realized, oops, I need to change. So, Amy, the answer to your question of what's this got to do with trading the open is absolutely nothing. My whole point here and the whole reason I'm doing this is because I need to keep myself from doing anything more, because my process, my setup is that I'm done. I have accomplished my goal for that setup. The setup itself has played out. The extreme, the high or the low, whatever, whichever one I was going for, highs in this case, has broken of the previous period or the overnight. So I'm done. So the right thing for me to do is to stop. And this is a way to stop, is to go do something else, go look at something else. And I was going to go do it on my laptop, but I figured, hey, I might as well let you guys look at USB cup warmers with me if you want to. Let's see. And I mean, you're free to go, of course, Amy, but no, there's a whole nother period after this. So, that's, yeah, exactly. I'm waiting for the next setup. That's exactly right. So there's one more after this, which is the B to A, ES B to A. And then, you're free to drop in and out, of course. It's not going to not let you back in or anything like that. So if you want to drop out and then come back in, what do we have, 20 minutes, then you totally can. Okay. Gosh, I'm not really sure what I'm looking at because I've never looked at these before. I had no idea there was such a variety of these things in existence. And you know what? This one right here looks exactly like the candle warmer I was telling you about. Like identically. It's exactly that. It's got the little red light here. It's a white dish with a black center. I mean, it looks like this. So except it's not USB, I suspect it's exactly the same thing. Do I really want to spend 20-ish bucks, or do I just want to go steal the candle warmer that I already have and plug it in? I do have outlets. I have power outlets and I already have it. So I think I'm going to probably go that way. If I'm really happy with it and I decide I want something dedicated for my desk, or my other half wants her candle warmer back, then maybe I'll look at one of these. But that's neat to know that there's so many varieties available. Good grief. You can see the temperature. Boy, that's getting a little anal on how detailed I want to get on my drink temperature. That's a little ridiculous. All right. Anyway, cool. Now I know those exist. They are a thing. I'll turn that back on, close this, and close that. All right, cool. So now we can stare at pretty domes until B period. And it looks like that was it. We don't have an opening drive today. So, and we didn't get our flip either, which is interesting. Although it could still happen, anytime in the first hour or so, really. So who knows? But the ones I really like to see are just straight out of the gate. One direction overnight, low volume, one way, and then it just falls apart, like right at the open. We will see what happens in B period, which is 10 minutes out. Oh, I'm going to stand up and stretch. Whoa, head rush. Wow. Oh, that's the thing about sitting for so dang long. Is when you stand up and stretch quickly, it can get you a nice little buzz. Oh, UB at the top of ES. Well, look at that. Looks like we're going to want to push higher after all. What do we got up above? Just out of curiosity. I don't have a lot of inflection points on here, but looky there. We got some old zero prints, an old emoji zone. Where is that? What is that? 4708. Oh, that's the all-time high, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's the all-time high. Could we be 70? Well, I don't know. That seems, 40 points, 30, 40 points. Yeah, it's possible. It's we haven't moved that far yet today. So it could happen. Certainly looking like it wants to, but I'm not going to chase here because this is not my setup. This is not my process. So I'm just going to watch it. Watch it do its thing. Actually, I'm going to go get myself some liquid food. I will be right back. There we go. I can tell I am underfed because I have had my caffeine this morning, which tends to displace my appetite, and I have not had any food. So I was starting to feel that empty, hollowed out feeling, which is not pleasant. So I will solve that right now. Oh, so much better. All right. 8 more minutes to go. Let's just see what it does in the meantime. Oil still hasn't gotten to its overnight high, but I'm done with oil. I've got my 2 periods, so that's all I trade. A period, B period, and we're done. Here goes the UB and ES, possibly. Let me look at correlations here. What do we got? We got everybody up. Oh, look at that. Pretty. Everybody's ledge breaking. Well, actually, not quite everybody, but close. Yeah, this is a correlated ledge break party. Beautiful. Beauty. Except for YM. YM is the wallflower not joining the party right now. There goes ES. NQ following suit. Gosh, ES is leading today? Huh. Interesting. Yeah, boom. Ooh, NQ with some gumption. Oh. My Alexa just crowed a rooster crow and told me that sunrise is in 15 minutes. How about that? God, sunrise at almost 7:15 a.m. What the hell? It's awfully late, but time change. What are you going to do? Ooh, some energy to the upside in ES. Nice. Nice. We're still edge breaking. Yep. NQ's joining the party as well. NQ is just a little bit behind ES today. Interesting. And now YM is looking like it might want to join the party after all. Very nice. Yeah. Okay. So thinking of this as B period already, if I were, we've got a quite good sized A period range, but at the moment we would be opening super close to the top, which does have a price rejector right now. So, and everyone's pulled off. Interesting. NQ's got the bulk of its volume down at the bottom end, or it's more weighted towards the low. YM is more weighted towards the top. ES is sort of middle, lower, and RTY is pretty much middle. So, interesting kind of mixed messages on just purely a profile shape. So we have a price rejector about 118 contracts at the high. So I don't think it's too likely that we're done. I do think there's room to go higher. I got 4.5 minutes to go before B period and ES. It would be difficult for me to play it here. And only have a couple ticks to grab. I would rather see a bit of a pullback, but it looks like we might actually blow through this before the period even opens. Although, yeah, right now, okay, there we go. We have 4 minutes to go. Here comes the ESB to A. I doubt you hear a cat at the moment, Donna. It's possible you heard me. I don't know, or a squeak from my chair or something like that. Right this instant. Maybe, you know what? Actually, maybe you did, because I do hear feeding noises going on out in the kitchen. I would be shocked if that was actually able to be picked up by my headset microphone at the moment. But hey, it's not impossible. It's hearing a cat in this house is pretty much always an option. So, okie dokie. 2 minutes to go. All right, here's where I start to really kind of pay attention. In fact, you know what? I don't want to even be distracted by oil. I don't want to get caught staring at it or thinking it's doing anything or whatever. So I'm just going to put that up there. I'm even going to minimize the TPOs. I just don't even want the motion in my peripheral vision. All right. ES. Wow, boy. Ugh. We're opening just right at the highs, which for me, for my setup, could mean no trade today. There might be no B period, no B to A for me, unless it gives me a pullback. Ugh. It's not looking like it's gonna. Probably going to break it right now, in fact. Yeah, here it goes. 200 contracts at the end. 200. Yep, here we go. Okay, we're still pushing higher. This is my least favorite type of B to A, because I will just have nothing to go off of, and it will probably just open and blast through, and I can't do anything with it. And I can't enter right now. Like I kind of, part of me wants to zero print that front run that zero print, and that it's too early. I can't do it. I gotta wait, because I could front run that, get filled, and then it just goes and pulls back, to who knows where. All right, here we go. We're opening. Are we going to wiggle down or up? Nope, we're already through it. Yep, that was that. All right, so no B to A for me today. Wah, wah. But that's what happens sometimes. So that's the way it goes. Still, I'm happy. This has been a good morning, especially given that I'm testing the copier, and for the most part, it worked really, really nicely. The problems that it had, I understand what they are for the most part. Anyway, there's a few niggling things I'm still trying to sort out just to improve it. It's good enough now that I feel confident that I could use it in quote unquote production, as in on an eval. So I think probably starting tomorrow, I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to go ahead and set up all my Lilu evals and start using it there. but there's some areas it could still improve. It's definitely you have to handle it delicately. You have to understand its limitations. A trader's got to know his platform's limitations, and if you do that, then it works nicely. But if you don't respect those limitations and do things outside of them, it can go very, very horribly sideways very quickly. So yeah, copiers are kind of a power tool. If you think about it, like a chainsaw or table saw or something, used carefully and properly, they are amazing tools. But if anything goes wrong with them, you can lose a limb. So, or in the case of trading, lose an account. And I'd really rather not do that. So we'll see. Anyway, that's really it. I don't have anything else to do other than I'm just going to work on my copier for the rest of the morning, because my trading is finito. So if anybody has anything that you want to chat about or what have you, feel free, toss it in the chat. I'll give everybody a couple minutes to do so. If you want to just sort of hang out and chat, I'm cool with doing that because I had the next half hour blocked out for this purpose. But I am going to do the right thing. I'm going to be a good disciplined trader, and I'm not going to let the monkey out of the cage. Monkey is taking a nap at the moment, thankfully, and I am not going to play. I'm not going to tell myself that it's practice or it's good exercise or whatever, because the fact is it's not, because it's not within the parameters of my process, my setups. It would just be monkey, and I'm tired of indulging the monkey. I've done enough of it, too much of it. And every once in a while, I still do it. Every once in a while, every one of us, the monkey occasionally wins. But today is not going to be that day. So there you have it. Yep, Andrew, that's exactly right. It's process adherence, and it's one of the reasons why because the whole guest slot in the fishing trip thing, that was my idea. I pushed for that. I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it for me because I wanted that forced adherence to process and forced discipline. I wanted that. The pressure of an audience, the pressure of knowing that everybody's looking at me to see, is he going to screw up? Is he going to do something stupid? And it wasn't about, is he going to make money or not? I didn't care. In fact, my very first one, for those of you who might remember it, I didn't get a trade. The very first guest appearance on a fishing trip was me, and it was Open 5A, and I didn't take a trade. I literally did nothing. And it bothered me that I had done nothing. Part of me definitely felt frustrated and like, oh, I should have just done it. I should have maybe scalped anyway, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Because I was on stage and the spotlight was on me, and, I didn't do anything. I just sat there and, didn't do anything. But the bottom line is it was the right thing for me to do. And I remember in that session, I asked Jeff, I said, for me, I just didn't see anything here. I didn't think there was a good enough opportunity. What do you think? Do you disagree? Was this a good Open 5 to have trade? And his answer was, well, I traded it. I got some scalps, but it wasn't very good. So no, for you, that was the right thing to do. So that was some immense validation for me that sometimes doing nothing is in fact the right trade. And that was a case of that. And so, that was what spurred the whole idea of guest appearances on the fishing trips. And, now I kind of have my own guest appearance slot, because Jeff and Lee have actually shoved me into these regular weekly occurring sessions, which are great discipline and process enhancers, right? Because I want to demonstrate, I want to not only do it for my own benefit, because I do, but I want to demonstrate to anyone else, to all of you, I want to be what we say, I want to talk the talk, walk the walk, however you want to put it, but I want to be the trader that we all say we want to be. And so this is a good way to kind of force me to do that. So Donna's asking about cats. Oh boy, we could talk about this all day. Do our cats get along with each other? Oh, yes, they do. Oh, most certainly. Yeah, they are a big old snuggle bunch, cuddle pile. I mean, they're still cats. They wrestle from time to time. They never actually fight, but they wrestle. They have their little dominance games for food. And, they have their little routines where one of them in particular, every morning when it's feeding time, he just starts to go bully the other cats. He gets into this mood where he just starts walking up to them and rapping them on the head and wrapping his arms around their neck and wrestling them to the ground. And he just becomes a complete asshole until the food comes. And then he's fine, but it's just that time for whatever reason. But yeah, the rest of the time, I mean, they are routinely in cuddle piles and they're on chairs together and they sleep in the bed with us. And they get together. Yes, he is a male. That is correct. He is a male. But, is he really a male? He's neutered. So, who knows? He's a which, what, who. He identifies as feline. So, that's his pronoun is his pronoun is fur monster. I don't know. We have a female who does that too, though, quite frankly. Not always with him. It's like really specific around feeding time. With her, it's just kind of, I don't know. She just gets in a mood sometimes and she'll just walk up to some of the other cats and be like, I'm going to take you down right now. And she will just, jump on them, wrap around their neck and wrestle them to the ground. And, but it's all fun and games. And then they'll go run off and chase each other around. And, eventually they'll end up in a cuddle pile and they'll be bathing each other. So, it's all fun and games. So yes, lots of purring. We have quite the regular purr fest around here. They sleep with us. I had one of them under the covers with me last night. Our youngest, he likes to get under the covers. He insists on it. He will get really annoyed if you don't lift up the covers and let him under. And then he just comes along and snuggles up under my chin, and it's very cozy. Are we doing Q&A today, Andrew? Well, that depends on questions. At the moment, there don't appear to be any. So if there are questions, if there are cues, we will A. That's kind of how it works. So what I was personally hoping would happen, and it could be, I know it's a new format, so it could be just people forgot and didn't think about it, whatever. But the process I would ideally like to see happen is, we do our live sessions, me, Jeff Lee, we all do our stuff for the week. And along the way, as you're watching, whether you're here live or you're watching on the recording, either way, you see something that makes you go, oh, hey, wait a second. That was interesting. Why did he do that? Or what did he see there? Or, whatever. You see something that you want to ask about. Because we're not doing interactive stuff on the fly during the sessions, because we want to focus on trading. We want to trade for you guys and demonstrate technique, et cetera. You can make a note of that. And then on the recording, you can find the spot where that thing happened. And you can make a note of the time code, the timestamp. And then you can ask in the pit, post your question along with the timestamp. And then that way in the live session, which we will now know to hold because there's a question, we can literally call up that video and we can go review it. And then that way we're not depending on our memory. You're not asking a question of something that happened 5 days ago and saying, hey, when you did this, why was it that, and I'm not going to know. I'm going to I don't remember that. I have no freaking clue. But if I can call up the video and scroll to a timestamp and say, oh, yeah, I see there. Okay, yeah, I see exactly what I did. And in fact, I can listen to myself. I can hear what I was saying in the moment. I can hear what I was thinking, and I can speak to it. Then or Jeff or Lee or whoever. That will be a lot more useful, I think, and constructive of being able to do that. And plus, you might in fact find that when you watch it on the recording a second time, and you can slow it down or back it up or watch it a couple of times, you might even realize you answered your own question, because just looking at it again might give you the opportunity to say, oh, now that I see it again, I see there's the delta and I see how this flipped or that changed or, whatever it may be. So, but yeah, Andrew, if you've got anything, any topics, questions, whatever, throw them in the Q&A topics, topics, I guess, or yeah, whatever. Throw it in there. And if there are cues, we will A. So, yes, that's right. Purr is a pronoun. I like that, Amy. I identify as purr. Two cats together will purr. Yeah, but I mean, ours will, sometimes they'll purr together. Sometimes they'll purr separately. One of them this morning, I went up. Two of them were kind of near each other on a couple of cat condos, and I went up this morning to say hi to one of them and give him some loves, and then I reached over to pet the other one, and the instant I touched her, the purr started. It was like touch activated purr. So sometimes I don't really understand what the mechanism of the purr is. Not to like turn this into 20 minutes of cat talk, but like what the heck is the purr? I'm not sure anybody actually knows. It's a strange mechanism that has lots of possible theoretical explanations, but I don't think anybody really actually for sure knows what it is or why. We kind of understand like how it physically, mechanically occurs. We understand the physiology, the body, the mechanism, et cetera. But like, why? Is it just a self-soothing behavior? Is it a happy sound? Is it something else? I mean, there's no way to be really sure, but it's an interesting, unique thing about cats. So. Oh yeah, no, they definitely don't purr only to humans because they purr at each other. They will definitely purr when they're together, but not always. Again, it's not a certainty thing. It's a sometimes, and that's the part I wonder about. It's like, why sometimes and not other times? I don't know. I don't get it. Cats are funny. They're fascinating critters. So a sense of agreement, like, yeah, human, are you not blessed to have me? Yeah, exactly, CK. Well, see, but they know that we're blessed to have them. I don't think there's any question about that. They know where we rank in the great scheme of things, and we are several rungs below them. This is their house. They just allow us to live in it and pay for it. But it's their house, so they know we are merely their humble servants. Or maybe not so humble. I don't know. But yeah, we definitely live to serve them. But it's so worth it. Oh my gosh, it's so worth it. I have literally was born with cats. We had cats. My family had cats the day I was born. And I've had them every single day of my life. The only exception, the only period of time I've ever not had cats was when I first moved out with my then girlfriend, eventually became wife. And we moved into our first apartment together. For about 2 months, I didn't have a cat living with me. We still had, I could go back home and home was like 2 miles away. So I could go back home and see the cats, but I didn't have my cat, a cat of my own anymore. And that was for about 3 months, and it sucked. It was miserable. I hated it. I hated living in a house or home, it was apartment, but whatever, with no cats, no animals. It was miserable. And so my girlfriend found somebody who had kittens that they were giving away, and we went and saw the kittens, and the kittens that we were there to see weren't really interested in me and were a little on the young side. They were like 6 weeks. They were like really barely even at a place where it would be a good idea for them to leave home. They were really, really young, and they didn't really have any interest in me at all. But there was this other one who was maybe 3 months old, and he just walked up to me, sat in front of me, looked at me, and I swear somehow psychically said, "Hi, I'm Peter. Let's go home." Because I looked at him and I knew his name. And I know what Amy's going to say. "Oh, there you are, Peter." Because that's exactly what it was. It was the weirdest thing. It was, "Oh, there you are, Peter." And I said, "All right, we're going home." And he was with me for 17 years. Yeah, he was awesome. He was an amazing, 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 amazing cat. He was my buddy, my absolute shadow. And with me from every house move, with me through my divorce, 8 years later, with me through thick and thin, divorce, bankruptcy, starting businesses, folding businesses, you name it. He was right there. He was awesome. And he passed, 10 years ago now, roughly. Something like that. Yeah, right about 10 years ago. He was amazing. But it was just the weirdest thing to have him tell me his name. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Donna, I don't like, it's not, I don't actually think like I'm psychic, but it was just the weirdest thing. It was like, usually every other cat I've ever had, we just live with them for a while, and the name eventually comes, like a name that feels good. But This one didn't. He just sat in front of me and I knew his name. And that was it. It stuck. Yeah, ES is really kind of melting up, isn't it? Wow. Where's that all-time high? There it is. So you know what? I had said it this morning. I called it. I knew it was going to do that. I'm a genius. Yeah, right. So, that very well could be in play. I think the all-time high could be in play today. We've got some aggression on the way up. Look at those zero prints. Pushed right on through. It has not come back to fill them. So I don't even think a zero print front run would necessarily work here. See, now this is exactly where my monkey perks up. My monkey is awake right now. My monkey is saying, "Ooh, wait a minute. Can I come out to play?" And monkey is saying, "Front run those zero prints. Get in down here somewhere. Right down here. Look, that's so sweet." And then we're going to just blast off higher. We're going to get up here. We have to get up here. You shut up, monkey. I'm not listening to you, monkey. I'm not listening to you. We're not doing that. We've had a good day today. I'm not even going to do it in sim because all that does is reinforce. If it works out, then I start to think, oh, I should do that kind of thing. That was a good idea. It reinforces bad habits. It really ruins my discipline when I switch to sim to play because it's not play. It ends up just being bad habit building. And I don't want to do that. So shut up, monkey. Not listening to you, monkey. You can watch, but you can't touch. So let's see here. Let me scroll back up here. Yeah, Andrew, it does suck to lose family members. And that's the thing about, if you're an animal parent, you just, it's going to happen over and over and over and over and over. And it sucks. It never, ever gets any easier. Last one we lost was 3 years ago, I think. Two and a half years ago, something like that. And I'm still broken up over it. We did not have enough time with him. We adopted him from a shelter as an adult, and we didn't know his age. We had some guesses, but we didn't actually know. So we didn't know if we had 3 years with him or 13 years. We had no idea. And we got like 7 years, something like that. And they were amazing. And he was amazing. He was awesome. You know what, Jeff? We do. I do have a ragdoll. We do have a ragdoll. He's the one that I was saying likes to get under the covers, insists on getting under the covers. He's our youngest. He's our baby. He's almost 3, I think. Trying to remember when we got him. 2.5, something like that. Somewhere between 2 and 3. And and he is a absolute stereotypical ragdoll. He's all fur, and the second you pick him up, he just goes completely limp. It's the funniest thing. He's just a sack of fur. But he's so rambunctious. Oh my God. He's such a troublemaker. He's a total Dennis the Menace. But he's adorable. He's a lot of fun. So yeah, Amy, I mean, at some point there is going to be a heck of a short going on for sure. But yeah, from where? I mean, the problem with even trying to think short here, other than, for little scalps, whatever, you can certainly do Jeff style counter trend scalp, just push up to the ledge, break it by a few ticks and catch a couple ticks in the other direction. If that's your thing, you can do that. That's not my thing at all. That is very much not my thing. I'm supremely uncomfortable doing that. So I don't even try to do it anymore at all. But, if we could push all the way up to get to this, oh man, if we could get up to the all-time highs, maybe close to these zero prints, or maybe even push past them a little bit and then show some signs of weakness, getting tired, being done, what have you, there could be a sweet short up here somewhere. Because that's not that far anymore. Look at that. That is within striking distance today. No question. I mean, that's, what is it? 85 to 08. Yeah. It's 20, not even 30 points. So, long towards that would be a really sweet thing to consider as well. I mean, we got 86 contracts at the top right now. I don't think that's likely to be the end of it. That's a little lower than I would like to see it, but it's above that 60-70 range where I'm really uncomfortable, because that could be a definite maybe. But 86, I think, is a most likely yes. But when? Right? It could be right now. It could be in an hour. Who knows? especially given that we're about to run into the IB. That's going to be the sign. In fact, I think that's the thing to look for is the IB. What does the IB do? IB is forming in 10 minutes. What happens then? Do we get a strong break? And if we get a strong break, then look for an entry on the pullback bar or something like that, and just kind of go with the Momo if it's there. If we get a weak break, though, then maybe there's your short. Maybe we don't get all the way up here today. Maybe this is a tomorrow thing. Maybe today runs out of gas somewhere up here, weak break of the IB or something, and then come back in. So yeah, if you're into trading back into the range, if you like outside in, which I don't, I much prefer inside out. Outside in, I want to eventually one of these days I'm going to add it to my repertoire and I will work on it. But so far, inside out is much more comfortable for me. So that's where I've focused. But if you like outside in, watch the IB today for sure. I think there could be a really nice short opportunity back into the range. Oh, we are pushing the ATR already. Okay, I'm glad you said that, Amy. Thank you, because I don't have the ATRs on here anymore. I stripped away all my IPs, all all of them. I mean, you see, there's like barely anything on here, because I wanted to just get dialed into my 30-minute periods. The high, the low. I have the IB high. Actually, that's all I have is I have the IB high and IB low, and that's it. But now that I'm very comfortable with this layout, with using the domes this way and looking at the market through this lens, because this took me a while to get comfortable with. I mean, no charts, nothing, just domes. Now that I'm more comfortable with it, I will probably go and put those IPs back on, because some of them would be really useful, like the ATRs. It's nice knowing when those are nearby. And if we're pushing them now, then that really reinforces the thinking that I think the IB gets put in. Maybe we get a weak break and a two-sided day. Or what's the low looking like? The low is good. It's a nice clean low. It's only got 3 levels of exhaustion. Although, if this one level, if 4648, nice round number, were to get another 50 contracts or so, then we would have really sweet exhaustion over about 8 levels. That would make it a really nice price rejector. 28 at the low is a maybe. It's not totally. If that was single digits, if that was 4 or 5 or something like that, yeah, for sure. That's a really solid low. Could that go if it turns around and does a two-sided day? Yeah, it could. It is pretty good though. So I wouldn't be holding out for that. Even if we get a weak break of the IB, I wouldn't be looking at this as oh my God, we're totally going to, break the other side of the range. I mean, maybe, who knows, but to get down towards it somewhere, and maybe even turn this into a huge exhaustion or something like that, whatever, could happen. Certainly into the range would not be at all unreasonable. And it's a pretty decent sized range. I mean, if I zoom out a bit here, bit more, really got it. Jeez, come on. When am I going to get the whole thing? There we go. Oh, jeez. It's bigger than I kind of thought. So yeah, if we poke up here, get a weak break of the IB high, maybe around 87-ish, something like that, and then come back, just halfway into the range. I mean, that's 65. So, 20 points or so to play with. Yeah. At least to the deltas, 75 area. Oh, deltas are the wrong way around too. Oh, okay. Now that's interesting. I missed that because I haven't really been paying that much attention because my trade is long since done. But the deltas are the wrong way around, which suggests, that's all it is a rough suggestion, but that suggests to me that we are not going to stay here. This is not too high. It's also not too low. So we're going to do one or the other. We're going to move one way or the other and reestablish an orderly delta somewhere. Where might that happen? We got 2,400 contracts of volume here on the positive side, almost 1,100 on the negative side. What levels are even remotely close to that? I mean, this one here, we got 1,200 up here at 46.83, almost 1,300, but that's a pretty far cry from 2,400. So it would take a lot for that to take over the top spot. Down below on negative delta, we don't really have. We got 580 way down here at 52.50. We got not much. 660 here. That's the highest. Yeah, that's the second highest. It's right down here at 660 at 74.50. So, and it would need to get another 400, contracts or so on the sell side to take over the spot from here. So something is going to need to happen somewhere with some volume to flip these deltas. Something's going to have to change. And right now, that doesn't look like it's immediately impending. So, I mean, we could just ebb and flow for hours, right? This could be one of those days where we don't get an IB break, or we get the IB break, 2 hours from now or something. One of those. That's why I stopped doing the IB break setup, is because sometimes, it took 2-3 hours to play out, and I just screw that. I don't want to wait for that. I want to be in and out and be done and go live my life, go do other things. I don't want to sit here and stare at a trade that just isn't doing what I want it to do. And it's like, I'm up. Oh, now I'm down. Oh, now I'm up. Oh, now I'm down. I mean, that just sucks. I don't want to do that. So, but yeah, it's going to take a fair amount to take this away. And that right there, 83, that right now is the only level that has a contender for flipping to the positive side. And it's got a ways to go. I mean, over 1,000 contracts have got to drop there for that to happen. So we've got some decent. Oh, you know what? Hello. Wait a minute. We've got trade away. Oh, no, sorry. It's not. Nope. Sorry. That's not UB. I was thinking that was UB, but it's not. But we do have absorption. We've got absorption up at the high, 500 contracts ish. So it's not massive, but it was enough, at least in the short term, to reject and push us the other way. So that's interesting. So we got some passive sellers sitting up there. They were happy to sell it. They were taking their profits probably. I mean, think about it. You got, 5, 6, 7, 8 points from this move. If you got in somewhere along the way and grabbed a nice bite, there was a sweet long to be had there if that was within your process. So, okay, 1,300. We're coming up a little more volume happened there. Still got a good long ways away from 2,400 though. So, but I would want to keep an eye on that level at 63 or no, sorry, 83, 46.83. 4,700's right up here. Big fat hole number 4,700. So, I mean, that is reachable, but that would require a strong IB break to get there. And right this instant, a couple minutes to go, I'm not feeling a strong break. I don't know about you guys. Oh, that's a good point, Donna. A pullback is in sympathy with NQ. You know what? I haven't been watching my correlations. Let me get them sized so that I can see what's going on here. So yeah, everybody's, you know what? Everybody's about the same distance off their highs and pulling back in concert. So, maybe we get a unison push on all the equities to ledge break long. And maybe that turns into a strong break. I don't know. Interesting. This could get really interesting. I'm going to sit for maybe a few minutes past the IB formation, even though technically my session's ending right now. But I'm going to hang out here for a few more minutes. I just want to watch and see what happens here. I'm not going to trade it. Again, I'm a good disciplined trader. I'm going to follow and adhere to my process. I'm not going to play, but I'm going to watch. I just want to see how I'm reading it. I want to see if I'm interpreting things well. This is practice, right? Practice is not trading things I know I shouldn't. Practice is not trading, but doing the reading, doing the watching, and doing the interpretation real time. So here we go. 5 seconds to go. Let's see about the wiggle, the C period wiggle coming up now. Wiggle, please. There it is. Nice little wiggle long. We're pushing to the upside, pullback bar min delta on the session. We got UB though at the top of the current. We got UB on both sides actually, but we're rotated up. So, we're at the bottom of the current volume bulge here. Nice at the top of ES. What's everyone else doing? I got to keep an eye on correlations. I keep forgetting. Nobody's dropping. Well, NQ a little bit. NQ has pulled back a bit, but I mean, it's NQ. I mean, NQ can, a 4-point move is just a day that ends in Y in NQ. So, everybody's pulling back a little. There's not a lot of energy. It's just sort of an ebby and flowy pullback. Nothing major going on really. Not much. Okay, now RTY is starting to push a little bit. RTY is trying to ledge break. It's getting up there. It's trying. Let's see if RTY is going to lead. Yes, holding the bottom edge of its current volume area, volume range on the profile. Nice big delta on the pullback bar right there. That could be a great thing to lean on if you really wanted to get long. That's a potential lean point right there. Clearly, if the UB on the current 30-minute rotation breaks, if that resolves, or then you're wrong. So you might need to give it 5 or 6 ticks here if you were to get long here. But possible lean point here. The edge of the volume profile, it's holding. And RTY's not really been able to go higher. Everyone seems like they're losing a little bit of enthusiasm at the moment, but it's super gradual. Nothing real aggressive. It's just sort of not doing anything yet. I'm waiting for somebody to step up, but the prevailing drift is down at the moment. Just not much. Yeah, and ES is trying to push against that tide. So that's a good sign, I think, anyway. YM is pulled back. Okay, YM is now right at the bottom of its volume profile node. ES is also, of course, still playing with its spot here. So we have almost flipped the negative delta here. 1,000 contracts here, 1,084 there. So we almost have pushed negative delta to here. That's interesting. It'll still be the wrong way around. It's not like the deltas have flipped. It'll move from here to here. Which just would tell me that the buyers are in control from up here. A lot of negative delta here, and we're holding above it. So buyers are holding us up here. Oh, hello. RTY is about to ledge break now. I was not watching my correlations anymore. RTY is pushing. It wants to do it. Let's see. And it's got UB up there too. It's got UB up at the high. So I think RTY is going to be our leader. Let's see. In fact, here, I'm just going to go ahead and drag this over here. Here's RTY. There's the UB. Looking for it to go. Come on. No one else is really following right now. RTY is definitely going to be first. If it does it, it's certainly leader. Yeah, Amy, short squeeze? Yeah, absolutely could be. This would be a great short squeeze if they've suckered in a ton of people who are saying, it can't break the high, and then plow through. They are all going to puke. And we could get a pop. Well, we could get a pop that gives us a strong IB break, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? As everybody sees that it's a nice strong break, it's still continuing upwards. There's momentum. Everybody starts to pile in. Maybe some of the people who were short say, "Oops, I should have been long. Okay, I'm gonna get long," et cetera. Maybe that's what pushes us all the way up to all-time highs. Maybe. I don't know. I'm certainly not overly attached to any of those ideas, but I do think it's plausible. Look at RTY. It's about to break that top. Come on. Lift off. Oh, I just want this to happen so I can say, wow, look at that, it happened. And then we can end the session. Come on. But I definitely don't want to. This is the thing about the IB, right? It could be, like I said, 2 hours, 3 hours before it breaks. And I hate that. I don't want to be watching the markets that long. Not anymore. I used to, but not anymore. That's still holding. So I think this is probably a good area for a long. If you were going to get long on anything, that's the area. Yeah, and there's some lift. Here goes RTY. Maybe. Here it goes. Come on. Here it goes. Boom. Okay, RTY just ledge broke. NQ is about to as well. Here goes NQ. Boom. There goes NQ. All right. And YM's kind of the laggard right now. ES is probably going to follow suit here in a second. Yep. Come on. Buyers. Let's go. There's some sellers up here, though. They're holding us up. Okay, RTY is breaking again. Boom. NQ is breaking again. Yeah, we're going to go. This is going to go. This was a sweet long, leaning on that delta. So, this is where I get my satisfaction. It's a twofold satisfaction. Number one, Monkey wanted to play. Monkey wanted to come out of the cage. And I said no. I acknowledged it. I recognized it. And I said no. Number two, I still used my skills, used my understanding of what's going on to paint a picture of how I'm reading correlation, how I'm reading the deltas, how I'm reading the price action, to come up with a mental trade, right? That this looks like it's probably a long for a ledge break, and we're correlated, and the other indices are going to lead us up. That's my thesis. And at the moment, it's holding out. Certainly for a scalp, for sure. I mean, there's a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tick scalp in here. Easy. 7 ticks. Exactly. You got 7 ticks, Amy. Perfect. That's exactly right. This is the kind of thing where holding out for the structural break at all costs is a bad idea. And this is exactly why Lee likes to get out 3, 4 ticks ahead, or sometimes a little more, looking at the delta. The spot to get out for me would be right where we are right now, 83.50. That would be the spot to get out because it's ahead of the sellers sitting up here. All right. There's sell deltas. This is blue delta, which means it's passive sellers, aggressive buyers, and we're below it. And I want to get out before that because they're sellers. And I don't, sure, they could get overrun. We could get the break, blah, 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 whatever. I'm not going to hold out for that. I want to get out right there. And I would have gotten it. That's absolutely sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's basically the trade that Amy just caught. Is exactly what I was looking at. Is exactly that. Get long somewhere in here, get out somewhere right around here. That was a perfect trade. Of course, now there's also a delta here that if we were below, I might be looking at that and saying, I might want to get out ahead of that because there could be a big chunk of sellers there. But we are above that right now. So right now, it's actually flipped its role. This is the whole, support becomes resistance. Resistance becomes support. It's not that. But the basic concept of volume at price flipping its role from buying to selling or vice versa is exactly this. It's if we're above blue delta, well, then the aggressive buyers have won, and we want to be on the side of the aggressors. If we're below blue delta, well, then the aggressive buyers have lost, and the passive sellers have won. And so we want to, think that way. We want to be going with the with the passive sellers, because it's then, especially if we start to get red delta and the passive seller, or I can't get my terminology right. The aggressive sellers start to come in and push. If we were to drop all the way down below min delta down into here or whatever, then it's like, okay, guess who's pushing now? The aggressive sellers have joined the passives and they're pushing, but we're not getting that. We're getting the exact opposite. The aggressive buyers are coming in right now and they are overrunning the passive sellers that are sitting here. Passive sellers are still trying to hold it down. They're selling. The buyers are saying, fine, we'll take it. We'll take all you got. We're going to keep on buying. And they are just really unwilling to give up. But ES has not yet been able to ledge break, which is really interesting because RTY and NQ have both done it more than once. So I thought for sure we were going to see ES just follow suit. It would be, RTY, boom, NQ, boom, ES, boom, YM, eventually. YM is super, hello, what did I do? YM is super lagging the party right now. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. So here's YM. And, YM is just not joining the party, but it's not getting below its volume node up here either. It's hanging out right down here at the edge. So I think YM will be late to the party, but I think it will probably join the party. Once ES gets underway, that's what we got to see. We got to see what ES is going to do. I just really would like to get the IB break right now so we can call this done and Amy can go ride her horses because that's what it's all about. Okay, here goes NQ again. Come on. Come on, markets. Let's go. Amy's got horses to ride. I got cats to pet. I got trade copiers to fix. Got a Q&A session to potentially have to be on. There goes NQ. All right. NQ just broke. RTY, you're right behind. Can you do it? This could be the final push because we're really close to the ledge already. In ES, I think this might be what takes us over. Push. Come on. There goes RTY. Boom. RTY just broke. And now ES. Come on. Lift. Push. Here it goes. Come on. Everybody blow. A 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. Go. Come on. Oh, killing me. You are killing me. Yes. Come on. God, maybe we get that weak break after all. If it can't even muster the strength to break the IB when NQ and RTY are both just ledge breaking away and YM is also just not really participating. Wow. And we've got some absorption here already. Boy, wow. Maybe, God, maybe we do get that weak break at the IB. Maybe Amy gets her short after all. I don't have my workbook accessible right now that shows me if we've already had a two-sided break today or not. But today, this week. Well, actually, wait, it's only Tuesday. God, I don't even know what day of the week it is. Oh my God. And I don't remember what happened yesterday to know offhand if we got a one-sided or a two-sided day yesterday. I'm thinking probably one-sided. Come on, you want to. MBO of 423 at the high, Jeff says. Interesting. So like right at the high at 46.85 even. Right there. Wow. Okay. So right on that even. Interesting. So somebody wants to sell that. Let's see what happens. Come on. Here it goes. Do they fill or do they pull it? Did they pull it? Is it still there, Jeff? Or did they pull it? I'm going to bet they pulled it. Whoa. What just happened? What just occurred? Hold on. My whole freaking thing just moved. That was weird. Still there. Oh, they added. Oh, okay. So somebody does want to start selling here. All right. So they're selling into, oh, look at that absorption. Oh, look at that. 3,500, 3,600, 3,700. Oh, yeah. Look at that go. Oh, and there it goes. They overran it and blam. Oh, that's sweet. Look at that go. Wow. Now, here's the question. How many ticks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 ticks. We don't have a price rejector, but we are 1 tick away from Lee's definition of a strong break. So I would want, I'm going to stick around another minute or two here. I just want to see what happens. I want to see if does this turn into a price rejector. 50 contracts could be enough. That is enough to be done. If this can turn into a price rejector right here, we can get nice 5 levels or so of exhaustion. Here we go. Price rejector. Do we get it? Can we do it? It doesn't look like it. Looks like it might want to push. Yeah, it's going to push. We're not done. All right. So, still interest up here. I think it's going to go. In which case, strong break or weak break. This is going to decide it. Come on. Wow. All right. Not yet. What's everyone else doing? Okay. RTY and NQ are still edge breaking north. So yeah, I think we're going to go. There's another 300 up here. Wow. Okay. Man, look at that 3,800 though. Whew. So the deltas flipped. So what I was saying had to happen happened. We had more volume come in and it was enough to flip the deltas. So deltas are orderly now, which means guess who's in control? The aggressive buyers. Full bore, 100%. They are in control. And they are not giving up control right now. They are holding it. They are not. Yep, there it goes. Okay, we pushed and we now have a strong break. with a price rejector. We're okay. Yep, we're pushing. All right, great. I think this could be possibly within reach today. Will be interesting to see if you if you're looking to possibly play this anymore today. I think you got to be thinking to play long, but from where? Unless, I mean, you could, of course, you could always scalp a little short, whatever. But if you want to try to get with this, entry is everything. And that's tricky. If I were going to do it, which I'm not, I absolutely will not be playing this. But if I were going to, I would want to see something at the top that showed me for sure we are absolutely not done. 72 contracts, I don't love. That's too close to my maybe number, around 50, 60. 70 is still right in there. So if this was like, 104 or something, I'd feel pretty confident. Yeah, we're going to go higher. Then it's just all about entry, pullback bar, delta, something to lean on. This is a little trickier, but I would still I'm a little more inclined that we're going to go higher than not, because, both strong break and lack of price rejector, and 72 contracts as well. But, you can't just enter here. I mean, if you did, you could, of course, you can do whatever you want. But if you entered here, if you got long here, you got to stop out if this pattern breaks down to the pullback bar. You can't. I mean, I can't say you can't. It all depends on your account size and your risk tolerance and all that kind of thing. I mean, you could say, well, this is just my first entry, and I'll add a second one down here if it gets down to max delta. Okay, fine. If that's comfortable for you, then that's legit. Okay, 91, 95. Yeah, this is going to go higher. So, you could throw a first one on, especially if you're in micros or something. You could throw a first one on here, but you got to be prepared. If this breaks down, we could easily, absolutely come back down to here, and we know there's huge buyers there. So you could throw one on here and then possibly add another one here if you just really don't want to miss, because there's every possibility that this is not going to give you a lower entry, but it also could. In fact, there it goes. Yeah, see? So you either had to just immediately get out of the way, which is not a bad discipline practice, by the way, to just force yourself to do that. You can always get back in, right? And that's something that I've had to work hard at understanding, is I don't have to always nail it perfectly the first time. Better to get out with a very small survivable loss and just get it back again another way. But, if you're in micros and you understand what you're doing and you understand the risk profile and everything like that, it would have been okay to put one on there and maybe add another one down here, like right around now, and you're leaning on this. But if that starts to break down, for me, like an absolute line in the sand, if I was looking to get long here on that delta, which, by the way, looks like it was an awfully sweet entry, price rejector right there, a tick above it, tick above the IB high, that's your entry right there. That's your sweet spot. And then absolute, it's not holding, would be down around here, about 83.50. Look at leaning on all this delta here. If it broke through that and all this, I would say, nope, idea's wrong, bail out. But it looks like that idea was perfect. Lean on that max delta. Nice price rejection in the pullback bar. Let's just see if we can get follow through from everyone else and see what happens. So awesome. Let's go ahead and end it there. Thank you, CK. I love the new format as well. It's a lot of fun for me. I really like that pushing myself. This is a great way to push myself to have to do my setups, in front of you all and say what I'm seeing and really talk it through. And this is just such good reinforcement for me as a trader. Just doing this every single week now. It's not the occasional guest appearance on a fishing trip or whatever. It's like every week I got to do a full hour on Tuesdays and then, a half hour here and there on other days. And it's a lot, but it's really, really good experience. So on that note, I would encourage any of you, if you ever want to do something like this for yourselves, there's nothing stopping you from it. We have the community share stream in the pit. It's there for exactly this sort of thing. If the community on their own ever wants to get together and do a live tape read, do something like this where somebody reads for a half hour, then maybe you switch to somebody else and then they read for a half hour, and and you do your setups and discipline and process and all that. Do it. It is phenomenal experience. It is so useful, so helpful. It's just invaluable. I cannot stress that enough. So I greatly encourage any and all of you to set that up, arrange it in the stream, in the pit rather, and throw it out there and see if anybody wants to participate and join you and do it. It's great. great experience. So awesome. Well, thank you, CK. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, everybody. Jeff, everybody who's here, who has stuck it out with me. This was a fun morning. I'm happy to have ended everything green. So pleased with how I traded my setups today. Didn't make any catastrophic errors. Didn't do anything stupid. No bonehead mistakes. Monkey stayed in the cage. All is well with the world. All right. Have an excellent day, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and possibly see you at Q&A if there are Q's to A. And if not, then we'll see you at the next session or in the pit. Have a good one. Bye-bye.